Hello and welcome back to the next episode of the Ultimate Ironman Progress Series. We're kicking things off where we left last time after just losing our Graceful. We've got one piece left with 70 agility. We're going to be working towards getting that back this episode, whilst getting ourselves up to Wintertodt to get 85 firemaking and 42 construction. Very quickly went and got the blue write-off for the quest that was the cause of us losing our Graceful last episode. We had absolutely no issues at all. If we'd have walked it, we would have been just fine. Got ourselves 30 smithing. It was definitely worth taking that shortcut. Definitely. While we were here, we started the Black Knight's Fortress, shot over above Ardy, and finished Dwarf Cannon, which took us up to 18 crafting. Then we started Recruitment Drive, went over and tried to speedrun through it as fast as we could. Finished it with no problems at all with the fight inside there with no gear, 14 prayer, 15 herblore. Started Portion of Interest, a quest that I've never really done on such a low level, low HP account before. Definitely didn't die. But it was, once I got the hang of it, it was pretty easy. The only reason I died was because I was trying to tick eat at 1 AM. And I'm sorry for this.
Hey, you. You're finally awake. You were trying to
kill the sow hog.
walk right into that Imperial ambush. Same as us. And that thief over there.
So second time round, we finished off the quest, no issues at all. Got ourselves a starter Slayer task from Spreer while we were here, but kind of wish we didn't. Got some cave crawlers to kill, but that's a problem for another time. Got 13 Slayer, and then raced on over to Alcarid to start the Tourist Trap. Now, Tourist Trap is a weird one. Normally, we use the rewards on agility, but this time we went ahead and did fletching. So we safe spotted the guard behind this mercenary here, real easy to set up. So we polished that off and then came up to Varrock to finish Daddy's Home, got ourselves a construction, which is always a good little starter, and went and used up all the things from the box that you get to get ourselves up to 16, which is, I wanted 15 to start Wintertodt.
And Mark, put your YouTube voice in saying, there's the boots and gloves.
And there's the boots and gloves.
And there's the Clue Hunter top.
So we came over to the Isle of Souls to get our 50 fire making. The tea trees here aren't very contested compared to the one at Castle was. It was a nice easy grind, nice and chill, nice and AFK. We got ourselves up to 49 wood cutting. So with our construction up and our herblore up enough, there's not too much to start before we go. We're just going to get another warm item being a fire staff. But we got ourselves an Evil Bob random and got ourselves a few cheeky fishing levels. Got ourselves up to 29. So we then went over to Brimhoven to start our food gathering. We're going to use this tool Leprechaun here to note pineapples, but as you can see, it didn't go too well. I'm not used to being so low level, I'm not going to lie to you. So we made our way back over and bought ourselves 750 pineapples from the charter ships. Noted about the tool Leprechaun. Didn't die doing this, so I think it was just that one world. The poison spider was a little bit too forward compared to what I was expecting. Dead sheep, dead easy food source because you can cut it into 4 and you can unnote them, and they're so inexpensive you can just drop any extras you don't need. So really good for low HP accounts at Wintertodt. And this is our first real solo experience of Wintertodt itself. Never really done it too much in the past. I think I may have done a 3,000 point game or something, whatever you need for the combat achievements. But other than that, yeah, once you get all the fires lit and once it gets down to 13%, it is just a nice chill half an hour of cutting, chopping, fixing. And most of the time you just sat there waiting. So we're going to skip through the solo crates, get right through them as quick as possible because there is a lot of clips to show. But here is us getting 52 fire making, which is one of our first ones. Straight into healing the pyromancer, fixing the brazier for 19 construction. I did learn that you can fletch a log after you've clicked the light on the brazier, which was quite cool to figure out. I've never done that before, but it's one of them things that make you feel like you're dead good at the game. And I promise we'll only show them in 5 level increments, but here's 55 fire making, 650 total, and straight away after it was 22 construction, all in one little swift go. Suffering from success, you might say. And here is finally the end of our first game. Had a little trouble actually finishing it off at the end. Ended up going to like 14.2k points. 3 little combat achievements in there, nice and easy. So let's check out what we get in our first crate. So realistically, we're hoping to get the whole outfit while we're here so that we can store it, but any pieces would be nice for now. Wintertodt, tome, pet, you know, we're all going for the nice things. So let's see what we end up with. Ooh, I actually got a Wintertodt on the first one. That's going to be pretty nice. It means we can drop our tinderbox. But it doesn't really save us an inventory space, as we do now have to keep the steel axe in there. So, you know, it's still cool. Still a cool item. It's individually storable in the house as well. So we'll always have a permanent, non-extinguishable light source that we can just take in and out of the house when we eventually build it up. So that's super nice. So as for using up all of the things we get, we're going to clean any herbs we get. We're going to fletch or burn any logs we get. We might end up going in a chisel just to do the gems, but more or less it'll just be cooking, fire making, fletching, whatever we can just to get a little bit of XP out of whatever rewards we get. And here we go, very next game, coming in with 60 fire making, so going really fast at these early levels. Cool, so second crate, we get ourselves nothing. Okay, so nothing really useful there. But we did come over to our crate just to buy the mold and use up some of the silver to get crafting to go and finish Elemental Workshop 1. Got ourselves 26 crafting, 33 smithing, then went over to the dig site to start Elemental Workshop 2. Very quickly raced back over and finished it off. Nice and easy early quest. You can never really complain too much about it. But we ended up getting 36 smithing and 32 crafting from those two, so real nice start. Quickly came over and got some more construction levels for doing the getting ahead quest. It's always nice to get a little bit more XP with higher construction, so just had a little bit of a break before carrying on with the top. Finishing off the quest got us to 34 crafting and 32 construction. And then we made our way back up to Wintertodt for a few more games. Started off with 65 fire making right here. We did then go ahead and corrupt the rest of the save files, but we ended up with 4 crates from, they were only small games, they weren't actually all solos, so not expecting too much from these here. Nothing really. Burnt pages, coins, more coins. Here is one last supply crate before bed, one full one. Oh my god. We actually got a Tome of Fire. That's good. That's really good, obviously. But at the same time, we can't wield it. So it means we're going to have to carry it around with us until we get 50 magic. But at least we got it, which is pretty nice. We can store our pages in there, and yeah, eventually when we get 50 fire making, that'll be pretty nice. So before we went to bed, just finished off with the logs we got from that and got ourselves 70 fire making. So it is the next day. We got ourselves 3.5. The half I've already accidentally opened while trying to check how many was in it for the clip. Let's see what's in these 3 solos. Ooh, winter the top. So that can replace our Clue Hunter top. Okay. Drop. Yeah, that'll do. Second one. Second one. We got... I feel really bad leaving all these things on the ground, but we can't use them. Anything? Oh, another Wintertodt. You shouldn't have. That's pretty gross. So let's just drop these. Let's see what's in this last one. Doesn't look like too much. Oh, warm gloves. Where are they? One pages in. Warm gloves, warm gloves, warm gloves. Nice. So we can destroy our clue hunter gloves. Good little haul. Bear in mind that was 3.5 hours worth for not a lot. Just using up our gems from them crates, got ourselves 36 crafting, using up the logs and got ourselves to 76 fire making. We're going to spend the evening just splashing, bought some basic gear just to get a couple of magic levels, work our way up to the 50 magic requirement for the Tome of Fire. So just spent a little bit of money on some splashing runes, like 2 hours worth. Next day here now, just starting it off with 45 construction, 775, another crate, which ended up getting us the Pyromancer hood. So always nice to get another one. However, it did mean that we needed to train a bit of construction up a little bit earlier than expected. Got our oak logs and came to our house to make ourselves the storage for the graceful hood. So we built the room here and got absolutely scammed out of half our money, because it turns out the room itself costs like 50k, which is a little bit sickening, but it's, yeah, you'll always have it on a UIM. So we built ourselves the oak wardrobe. I don't know if that's the right one, but we'll build everything else here and then we'll get back in a second. So here we are in our magic wardrobe. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff we can actually store in here. The warm gloves are storable, which I didn't know they were individually storable. The Wintertodt is storable somewhere as well. But we are going to store our graceful hood in here. Now to get it back out, it does mean we have to get the full recolored set again, but it is something that we are going to be working on in between like evenings and stuff this next week anyway. So whether we go for the full purple or whether we just go full normal, we'll see what happens. I've not decided yet. Kind of like it being a trophy helmet to remind us of where we came from. Little question break. Here's the start and the end of Romeo and Juliet. The start and the end of the observatory quest. Then we did the start and the end of the dig site quest. Some nice quests to get out of the way. Some big juicy XP drops from those, all the way up to 35 mining, 21 herbal. We did also get a crafting level somewhere in there as well, so that was nice. Then came back down to Lumbridge, started a few of the recipe for disaster quests and finished 2 of them. So we got the Dwarven Rock Cake for the Dwarf, which is another 1000 Slayer XP, it's always nice. And we also did the Goblin quest as well. Let's get this out of the way, hold on. 34 cooking, 16 Slayer. But yeah, the Goblin quest gives us anything decent. That's a chair. Cool. Yeah, so 1000 farming XP, always pretty nice farming level. 17 farming to start us off, and we've not planted anything. And that got us to 802. It got us all the way over 800, but still pretty nice. Would have been nice to have a broadcast. Built the stash unit in Varrock. Ignore me a sec. Built the stash unit in Varrock because it's always annoying to get these 2 items back. You'll remember from the first episode, we got the hat from Shazian and the cape from, I think we just bought it from this shop this time. But it means we can store it, so that's our first stash unit ever built, which is pretty nice. So let's finish off this clue and see what we get. Here should maybe be the casket, if I ever catch up to hands. Run on, treat ourselves, why not? So casket for nothing. Nice. Been doing a little bit of fletching in the evenings when I've not got enough time to commit to a solo Wintertodt game, and got ourselves 50 fletching from the willow trees over in Hesidius. I've been selling them off for a little bit of GP, and I mean a little. You don't get much at all from doing this, but it was nice to just have something proper AFK to do in the evenings. But back at Wintertodt, we've done a few games in between, but here is another solo crate. Nothing of use, so we'll just use this up quickly and then get a couple more. And big level coming in, we've got ourselves 80. Now I was going to maybe stop at about 85 making, but it's not too bad, so I think we're going to go for 85 and see just how high it gets our construction, because that'll be super nice. Finish that one up nice and quick. Let's see if we were rewarded. Drop these little bits. Here, yeah, I know. For another Wintertodt. Kinda sick of seeing them at this point. This should be pretty much our last game coming up here now. We just grabbed ourselves 55 fletching. It should be one of the last ones. We should also grab 85 firemaking in this game. We have done a lot in between, mostly mass worlds and stuff, just to get a few extra crates and just to get a little bit faster XP. But here was our last construction level at 52 and our last firemaking level 85. So this will be the last one, as we can now boost to burn redwoods when that comes round. But ultimately, yeah, I'm done here. I'm happy. 52 construction is pretty good, especially considering the UIM meta of Entrana planks up to 70. That no thank you. I'd much rather have done this. The next few levels I can have a good time doing mahogany homes or something. So we hit 85 magic in this last game here. 68 KC is what we're going to be leaving on out with. This will be our last crate. We've had nothing interesting in between. We've done a few mass worlds and stuff just to get our KC up higher. But we're finishing off on 85. We actually got a few constructions. But let's see if this last one holds the boots and the trousers. That'd be nice, because then I could start a full set and not have to come back to get it out. But the reality of that happening is quite low, so let's see if we can at least take ourselves a cheeky D-Axe or maybe a pet. That'd be nice. Let's have a go. Okay. And we get... Oh, I think that's one of the worst ones yet. We might actually keep a couple of the bits. We might go and plant that acorn. We might keep the gems to make a little bit of jewelry. Get ourselves a dueling ring and a games necklace. The rubies are pretty pointless, but we might keep one of them just to make some jewelry within a bit. But otherwise, yeah, pretty uneventful. Really, Wintertodt, as it always is. It's the start a bit of an account, isn't it? So glad it's out of the way. Glad we're finished. We can get into a bit more juicy content. So here we are. We're just going to start our warm gloves, Wintertodt, and our pieces. No, I just put that on. And our pieces of Pyromancer. We won't be able to pull these out, but we shouldn't need them. So there is the warm gloves, 2 pieces of the Pyromancer outfit, and the Wintertodt is there right at the top, which we can get out and put back in whenever we need, which will be good for a light source because you can't extinguish it. It's perfect. That doesn't go in here. Does it go in here? Might as well. Stick them in because we can always just finish the set off real quick if we ever do need to get them out. If we need to go back for any reason for Wintertodt. So that's where we're going to end it for today. If you got this far, thank you so much for watching. Sorry if I sound a little bit off. I'm not too well at the minute. Yeah, and if there's honestly anything that you want to leave me in the comments, please do. I've enjoyed reading a couple of the comments on the last videos. Someone's messaged me in game recently, just saying they enjoyed the video, and that really made my day. So my friend's chat will always be on, my private will always be on. Want to send me a quick message, say hello, drop in, see how it's going, please feel free to, as it really did give me a little smile. But with all that said, we're going to end it here. We're going to get a bit more into Hunter. There'll be a sneak preview at the end, as there always is. But yeah, once again, thank you so much for watching. See you again next time. Bye.